Mark Carney has arrived back in Ottawa after a 9-day Indo-Pacific trade trip. This was the Prime Minister as he left an airport in Tokyo overnight. Mark Carney and his wife, Diana Fox Carney, were both seen off by a Japanese delegation. On Friday, Carney signed a new partnership with Japan. But Canada's upcoming review of CUSMA, the free trade deal with the U.S. and Mexico, could play a factor. And with me now is Julian Karaguesian, former special advisor at the Ministry of Finance. Julian, always great chatting with you. Thank you for being here. Can you summarize for us, if you don't mind, Julian, what came out of Carney's Indo-Pacific trade trip and what he was able to achieve?
I mean, what immediately came out of it is a uranium deal with India for almost $3 billion that's going to start next year, shipping uranium to India, launching talks on a not a free trade, but a comprehensive trade agreement with India when the objective is to complete that within a year, a critical minerals alliance with Australia, and a strategic partnership with Japan that's going to cover defense and critical minerals and clean energy and so forth, and probably not automobiles. And then that's the kind of the general concrete things that have come out of it. And then at the end of the day, these trips and this long 9-10-day trip that you referred to in your intro, really it's about people, it's about Canadians' livelihood, because we're facing this attack on our economic model, and we're losing trade share with the United States, or we stand to, and so we need to make that up with the rest of the world. And I also think it's the right thing to do to engage the rest of humanity in trade and economic talks.
Now, Japan did make it clear that its continued support in Canada's auto sector is contingent on a successful renegotiation of CUSMA. What do you make of that? Does that put more pressure on how those talks are going?
Well, it does, yes. I mean, it's at least it's refreshingly honest from any party, because usually things are not so direct. But at least we can thank the Japanese for telling us directly through their ambassador to Canada that any expansion in Canada is going to be dependent on access to the United States, and so that does put pressure on us, because there is still this 25% tariff on automobiles. And I just don't think that the Trump administration is going to relent on that. They've made that very clear. And Trump as an individual has made it clear, even when he was a real estate mogul back in the 80s and 90s, that he didn't think American cars should be produced in Canada. So I just don't see that issue going away. But it underscores the urgency of bringing in investment from other countries that produce automobiles, like China, that produces 70% of the world's EVs, possibly India, and maybe Korea as well. Maybe they will expand their production in Canada.
All right. I wish we had more time. There's more I want to ask you, but we do have to leave it there. Julian, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you, Renee. Take care.
You too. That is Julian Karaguesian, former special advisor at the Ministry of Finance.